Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me here at the First Alert Desk. My name's Karli Barnett, and we want to give you a look at some of the stories that we are following for you this evening. I know we're hopping on here just a little bit late, but that's because we have had a lot of news going on for your Wednesday evening. Now, in just a few minutes, we're going to have First Alert meteorologist Patrick Pete join me up here. He's got a look at what you can expect weather-wise. This is also a great opportunity if you have any weather questions about what could be going on in your area to type those questions in the comments in the live chat here, and he will take a look at those. But we do, in the meantime, want to give you a look at some of our top stories today and what our reporters are working on for tonight. So this is one of our top stories right now. There is a missing baby, and investigators say this baby could be with a man who is considered armed and dangerous. Take a look here. This is 2-month-old Rhea Clark. There is a desperate search tonight to try to find her. Investigators say she could be with 22-year-old Randy Clark. They were last seen at 6110 Peachtree Dunwoody Road. Maps show that's the address of a hotel that's not too far from Perimeter Mall in Sandy Springs. Again, Clark is said to be armed and dangerous. Right now, police said they are not sure what kind of car they could be traveling in, but if you see them, you are urged to call 911 right away. Again, this is Rhea Clark, who is said to possibly be in the company of 22-year-old Randy Clark, and investigators are saying if you see either of them, to call police right away. Again, Randy Clark is considered to be armed and dangerous, and they fear that this child, this baby, could be in danger tonight. So we have this on AtlantaNewsFirst.com right now. Go ahead, go to our website, go to our social media. It takes just a matter of seconds to share this information. You never know if the right person is going to see these images. So again, I will go ahead and direct you to our social media pages, to AtlantaNewsFirst.com, to our Atlanta News First app. If you copy and paste that link and you share it yourself, investigators are saying you could be doing a world of good in order to try to bring this baby back home. Of course, we will continue to update you as the evening goes on. Our reporter Madeline Montgomery is following this story now. She will have the latest updates if you join us tonight at 10 and 11 on Atlanta News First. Now, one of the other stories that we are following, this is, let's see, let me make sure I get the right video up for you here. You will remember that this is video from the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office when an airman was killed in Florida. Now, a second wave of grief, unfortunately, washing over the Metro Atlanta, his family. Family attorney Ben Crump confirmed that Roger Fortson's brother was killed today in DeKalb County. The shooting, they say, happened overnight along Boulder Crest Road, not too far from Glen Emerald Park. Now, we are still working to get that teenager's name, but sadly, this is something that the family of Roger Fortson is having to deal with tonight. Fortson, you'll remember, was killed back in May by a sheriff's deputy who says they were responding to a domestic disturbance call in Fort Walton Beach. And according to the sheriff there, Fortson was shot multiple times after he opened his apartment door with a legally owned handgun that was pointed down at the floor. We still don't know the circumstances surrounding the shooting of Fortson's brother, but we do know that tragedy has struck this family twice, unfortunately, according to Ben Crump, the family attorney. So again, we are working to establish more information there, but we do know this happening in DeKalb County. Roger Fortson's teenage brother, allegedly shot and killed today in DeKalb County. Fortson was the victim of gunfire by a sheriff's deputy back in May. One of our other top stories tonight is based off of some pretty unbelievable surveillance video that I'm going to show you right now. All right, take a look here. This video is going to show a Chick-fil-A employee fighting off an alleged armed robbery suspect. Gwinnett County Police say it all started when Tommy Williams smashed his way through a Chick-fil-A drive-through window. They tell us he forced an employee into the office, demanding he open the safe. Well, that worker fought back for more than 3 minutes, in fact. Eventually, you'll see in the video, he chases Williams out of the store. See if I can move this video forward a little bit. There you can see they're involved in that altercation. This happening in Gwinnett County. You can see in the surveillance video here, suspect Tommy Williams allegedly smashing his way through the Chick-fil-A drive-through window, forcing this employee back into the office, demanding that he open the safe, and this worker fighting back for about 3 minutes. Now, the suspect here, Tommy Williams, faces a long list of charges, including armed robbery, aggravated assault, as well as kidnapping. Pretty crazy video there, and pretty unbelievable that this employee was able to fight back, particularly considering that Williams was allegedly armed during this altercation. And before we get to weather, we do want to point out some of the effects of the weather that we have had in our area. The weather, in fact, being blamed for a tree falling and killing a man who was in his car when that tree fell on top of him. Just such sad news to have to report. Heavy rain from overnight, leaving behind all kinds of destruction, knocking out power to customers, we know. But we have also learned a 27-year-old man has died when a tree fell on his car in Cherokee County. Police have identified the victim as 27-year-old Levi Benjamin Wilson from Woodstock. Wilson was driving on Vaughn Road in Canton when this happened. Wilson's family told Atlanta News First that he was a triplet. His family said that he was on his way back to his parents' house with food when this incident happened. Officials say nobody else was in the car. Just very sad news to have to report someone losing their life as a result. You can see how big that tree was falling on top of his vehicle. We have reported on several different trees falling all over Metro Atlanta as a result of the saturated ground, the wind, the rain. But unfortunately, in this circumstance, someone lost their life. So these are just a few of the stories that we are following right now for your Wednesday night. But you can continue to check back with AtlantaNewsFirst.com as well as our Atlanta News First app. Also a good opportunity to go ahead and turn on those breaking news notifications. That way you will get any updates sent directly to your phone. Just as soon as we receive them, you will receive them as well. So let's go ahead and see if I can get you a live look outside. I may not be able to give you a live look outside.
It's okay.
But that's all right.
You could prepare them for what's to come.
The good news is we have First Alert meteorologist Patrick Pete here, and Patrick is going to give you a look at what we can expect. Students are already back to school, Patrick.
Yeah. So glad those days are gone. I do not want to be preparing for that. But you know what? School is what gets you to where we are. And where we are right now is in a place where we're going to talk about your forecast. So good evening, everyone. I hope that you have had a fantastic Wednesday. To all the young ones that may be out there, maybe dipping into the stream. I hope that you've had a nice summer. And I know that it's coming to an end, and I know that's probably a bag of mixed emotions, so to speak. But I'm going to try to find a sweet spot in the forecast for you. There is some good news. The widespread storms that we've been seeing the last couple of days, widespread, not going to be part of the equation, but still dealing with some of these scatter storms the next couple of days. I also think that we're going to be dealing with, unfortunately, rising heat indices, and that's not really good news. So, but if you're looking for a reason to eat ice cream, there you go. Look, I'm always trying to find the bright spot. But all jokes aside, the humidity is going to be our dominating story for the next few days. Dew points are going to be in the mid-70s for a few hours each afternoon, and that's just going to feel uncomfortable. You pair that with the fact that temperatures are increasing, the heat index, or what your body feels, experiences when you're outside, that is going to be up there. It's going to be up there so much that we have a heat advisory to talk about. for parts of our area. Let me get you through this evening. You can see that first alert radar trending drier than it looked yesterday at this hour, which is great news. Spotty showers gradually tapering off over the next few hours. Still dealing with some warm numbers. 90 right now, Marietta. That's going to be one of the warmer spots. 86 in Lawrenceville, 85 over in Athens. Here in Atlanta, we're in the lower 80s. Tonight, we fall to the mid-70s. Mostly dry, and we actually trend mostly clear through the overnight. Heading into the day tomorrow, that dome of high pressure to the west inches a little bit closer. But we're going to be on what they call the dirty side of the high, which means that we're going to see the chance for some of these thunderstorms to fire up out on the outer edges. Late afternoon, early evening. And tomorrow is the first alert weather day because there are some storms around, but more importantly, it's going to feel uncomfortable outside. Mainly dry in the morning. You can kind of see that wave to the northeast at around lunchtime. As it sinks further south, we think it's going to interact with some very unstable air, and we'll start to get some of these scattered showers and storms firing up 4 or 5 o'clock into the evening, mainly east and south of Atlanta. But with this type of setup, it could jog 20 miles to the north. Just know that there's about a 30 to 40% chance of some showers and storms late afternoon and tomorrow evening. Hour by hour forecast, the heat that I promised, it's here. Upper 80s at around lunchtime and headed for the low to mid 90s through the afternoon. I expect us to top out near 95 degrees here in Atlanta, 96 over in Eaton and in Athens, mid-90s in LaGrange and Rome. But I mentioned the heat advisory, and if you're in any one of these counties that are highlighted here, you are included in that heat advisory that starts at 10 a.m. tomorrow until 9 o'clock tomorrow night, because those feels-like temperatures are going to be 105 plus at times across the region. I just have a quick snapshot. I just, take 1 hour. I choose any hour of the day. I'm thinking 2 o'clock because that's typically around the time, school's starting to get, over. Kids are getting dismissed. It's the first day. And 103 here in Atlanta, 105 in Covington, 110 in Eatonton. That humidity is a beast. And that's why it's a first alert weather day. It was like 104 for a couple of hours here today. So in theory, this is a low impact, but we just kind of want you to know, prepare yourself. If you're dressing, preparing the clothes for tomorrow, you're getting the kids' outfit tomorrow, probably a good day for them to wear the white polo because, white reflects heat so they won't be as hot. They can wear the khaki shorts. I don't even know. This is sad. I don't know what the uniforms look like, but anybody have an idea what the school uniforms look like around here? Do they wear uniforms now, or am I just that slow? Yeah. Do you know if they still do it here now? Maybe? Yeah, okay. Either way, you want to go with your lightest option tomorrow, okay? You want to wear shorts, leave the pants at home. I think we're kind of already understood that. But as far as the coloring of the clothing, you want to wear those brighter colors. Brighter colors reflect. That doesn't absorb heat like the darker colors. That navy, dark reds, black, it absorbs heat. I think we all know that, but I just wanted to make sure I put it out there just so that y'all could plan ahead. Tomorrow evening, the Marlins are in town. 7:20 is first pitch, and if you're okay with the humidity, live your best life. Know that you may have to dodge a shower or two earlier on, but I think once we get closer to 7:30, 8 o'clock, that rain chance really drops off exponentially. So I think you're okay. You'll just have to deal with the mugginess that comes on the back end of that. Dry to kickstart Friday morning as you head to work. 12 o'clock, we're at 89 degrees here in Atlanta. There is a chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms around 4 o'clock as you're making your way home from work, getting ready to, maybe spend that payday check. Be prepared to dodge a couple of showers and thunderstorms, especially for areas south and east of the city. We really expect that line to kind of gain some steam as it pushes south and east. It isn't going to be everybody. This isn't going to be an impact to everybody, but the folks that run into these storms are going to slow you down. It's going to be the same stuff we've been dealing with all week. So something we'll continue to monitor. First alert weather day, both days, for the heat and also for the potential for these scattered storms. And then as we head towards Saturday, we'll keep about a 30% chance of some afternoon showers and storms. Sunday is much drier. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday actually looks like decent days as far as the skies are concerned. You're still going to have to deal with these warm temperatures and these uncomfortable heat indices, but otherwise, I think we're okay. Slight chance of showers returning by Wednesday. taking it to the tropics, if you're maybe thinking about going to the Bahamas, if you have a cruise that's sailing next week, you'll want to keep a casual eye on this area of low pressure that's making its way towards the Bahamas. It is a more favorable area, and we do think there's about a 60% chance that we can get a tropical depression over the course of the next week. So something we're watching. We'll keep you posted here on this nice little chat. Y'all are quiet tonight on YouTube, but I'm going to let y'all live. But we also give you updates on the tropics in all of our newscasts. We try to at least squeeze it in once an hour. Whenever things are more active, obviously, you'll get it a little bit more. But I'll have an update on the tropics tonight. We'll get another look at this and see if we get some updated information that can allow us to shift this chance of development. You'll be the first to know on Peachtree TV at 10. You guys have a fantastic evening. I'm going to leave you with the 7-day forecast so that you can take a look at these warm temperatures and maybe do your screen grabs. I know you want to see the screen without my face on it, so I'm going to let y'all have it. And I will see y'all in about an hour and a half on Peachtree TV at 10.